Greetings. This is Meek Mlop of the Mud Dimension. Hi guys. This is Sun Mushy, and yeah, this is my homemade face mask. Looks pretty good. I wanted to do a reading, and while I was putting this on and looking at myself in the mirror, I was like, oh, I definitely want to go upstairs and start a video with this, because I might as well tell you guys that this is brown sugar, honey, and olive oil. And while it doesn't look per se like I did it correctly, it feels really good. Like when I rinse off like my face, you're supposed to leave it on for like 10 to 15 minutes. This is my third time doing it, and this is my third time that I'm not confident that I'm doing it properly. But again, my skin does feel really smooth each time I do it. So yeah, I put this on like just a minute ago. Well, it took me a long time because if I move my face, this stuff will fall right off. So yeah, that's how skilled I am with face mask stuff. But this is gonna be a I didn't think that far. This is gonna be some sort of reading, so I'm gonna pause and set up the tripod and put it over by my bed and grab all my decks and my incense and all that stuff. Just real quick, I spent like 5 minutes reshuffling cards back into this deck, and so 10 minutes have come up, so I'm gonna wash this off my face and then I'll bring the other decks over. But I did think of what this is. So this is gonna be a pick a card reading on if you're having like relationship issues or miscommunication issues, some sort of conflict, dealing with conflict. This is a pick a card reading on if you're dealing with conflict. Because when I was doing that, some cards fell out of this. Whoops. And Three of Swords came out with, I already figured out the other cards, but basically that's the message I got. So I'm going to be right back. Okay. Also, after doing all that, Mocha. Sorry. I have to deal with my dog. But after I was like washing my face and stuff, I was thinking, I was like, kind of want this to be a love reading, but I already kind of decided. So this is going to be a spread that I see one of these channels I watch, Queen of Light 1111, use. So it's going to be like the other person, you, and then there's like connective energies. So this is kind of like relationship, love, conflict, just like if there's any sort of situation going on, even if there's not, it'll be fine. This is really just kind of like, it's really just like a checkup. God damn it, Mocha. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. It's my dog. She's like crying. Oh, but it's like, she's had food, she's hung out outside a bunch, like, I'm gonna be right back. Go ahead and think between reading 1, reading 2, and reading 3. I'm gonna use all these decks for this pick a card, but if you just like want one that you like resonate more with, like this will represent you, this might represent you, or this might represent you, but okay, I'm gonna be right back. So I'm back, but yeah, so go ahead and choose reading 1, 2, or 3. I'm gonna be using these 4 decks. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with reading number 1. But just so you guys know, this is going to be split into 3 videos. So this is reading 1, video 1. Then reading 2 and reading 3 will be in 2 different videos. So all the videos are going to be about 30 minutes long, probably. So, yeah. I might end up using the decks the same way. Like, even though this is reading 2, this might still be the connective energy. And even though this is reading 3, this might still be like your energy, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I'm just going to use the same spread that Queen of Light 1111 uses. So, whoa. Okay, well, these are the first cards that are going to come out. This is the overall energy about how the person feels about you. Might as well just start flipping them over since it already happened. So we've got, let me see if you can see that very well on the thing. Yeah, okay. So we've got King of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, Queen of Wands. It's a very interesting energy. Then we've got their headspace about you. Oh. Dang, man. 3 of Swords. Oof. Oof. Their heart space about you. And then this is their higher self, or what they want you to know. Oh. Interesting. Alright, and then this is you. Those of you who chose reading number 2. This is backwards. No, it's not. So this is your overall energy. So you've got moving on, 8 of Cups, nurture, which is the Empress, and then 2, find balance, your headspace. Oh, you guys match with the headspace. That's funny. 7 of Cups and 7 of Cups. 8 of Pentacles. That's similar to the Hanged Man in some ways, I would say. Darkest Fears. Your heart space. Two of Wands. That's interesting. And then what you want the other person to know, or what your higher self wants them to know. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so I'm definitely resonating with reading 1, that's for sure. But so we'll start with the other person and their stuff going on with you. So the overall energy they have is that they want to build something really solid with you. Whoever this person that you're thinking about is, they really want to build something solid with you. They have this offer. It feels like their overall energy is taking a toll on their body, I would say, with this type of energy, with the Ten of Wands and the King of Pentacles. But they're putting a lot of effort into this relationship, into this, yeah, whatever this is. If this is a friendship or a partnership, you know, significant other, whoever this is to you, brother, co-worker, sibling, I don't know, just, so yeah, relationship, whoever this is, they're putting a lot of effort with their actions. And they're also their overall energy about this is that they know that they want this relationship. They see the beauty in it. They see the magic in you and in them. They see how you and them are different. Like, they see you as this unicorn. which is like magical, and they see themselves as pretty cool too, because like the Queen of Wands is really cool and has a magic of her own, you know? Like, she's not a unicorn per se, but like she's kind of like the same thing as this unicorn, but she's different. So I feel like that's how they see you. They see you as the unicorn, and they see themselves as the Queen of Wands next to the unicorn. So you're both really magical, but in your own different ways. So like this is how overall they are like seeing you. They also see you as the King of Pentacles, I would say. This kind of like really kind-hearted, giving, natured person. Someone who also wants to build something solid. Someone who's just really sweet. I just say that because like the hair, well, like the leaves that are around his head. But it's like you are like playful but providing. So it's like I feel like they see you as this like safe space, but they also see this as really challenging at the same time for some reason. So that's how they are seeing you. I'm wondering if I should go like how they're seeing you and then how you're seeing them. So yeah, I'll do that. So how you're seeing them is 8 of Cups. You've walked away in this situation. You've moved away from something. You're moving on from whatever the situation is. The way I'm seeing this, and with my own situation, with King of Pentacles and 10 of Wands, it's kind of like they're used to you being like this peaceful king, sort of. But with 10 of Wands, this strong, like, tiresome energy. It's like they, like, saw, like, a part of you where you weren't... They basically saw the part, like, when the king is on the job, so to speak. Not that you were on the job, but, like, they saw, like, a side of you where you're not just peaceful and chill. Like, where you're not just the King of Pentacles. But, yeah, kind of like you're also the King of Wands with this 10 of Wands energy. It's kind of like they saw perhaps some aspect of you that sort of startled them, maybe. Because they're so, yeah, like these two energies they're so used to are so peaceful and like majestic and ooh, magical and harmony. They like saw fire and they were like, what? Fire? I'm not used to that. So you've moved on from this energy in a sense, or you just walked away. Your heart and like the way you were viewing them, you're just like, I'm not having it. I'm just going to step away. And this has a lot to do with, as the Empress, you know what you deserve and what you need. And so you were just like, you know what? If we're doing what's best for myself, it's walking away from the situation and nurturing myself. And in doing this, it seems that you're really just trying to find balance. You, just like them with the Queen of Wands, like you also want this to work. You also care for this relationship, but you know you have to balance out yourself. You have to balance your own, like, feeling good energy as well as your, like, I'm not taking this bullshit kind of energy, and blending them together to finding balance. The Two of Pentacles. And in turn, partnership with the Two of Pentacles to really work together with that person. So they haven't given up with how they view you. You haven't given up with how you view them. The energies like that is pretty good. But it does kind of show the conflict. The other person's headspace, how they're thinking about this situation, is that they've got a lot of options. They are not exactly sure where they want to go with this. It's like with the Hanged Man, they're really thinking and learning and trying to figure out how to approach you with their headspace, like with their thoughts in terms of how to like deal with the situation. They're trying to rely on their intuition, their instincts. They're trying to rely on like reflection. Pretty much they're just trying to like be wise about this and understand what happened. With the Seven of Cups, it's like things are unclear. But about the Seven of Cups, the truth is like with Seven of Cups, yeah, there's a lot of options, but at the end of the day, you know where your decision lies. It's just really, it's like really close between a lot of choices. So it's like, overall, they will know what to do, but it's challenging because their headspace also has the Three of Swords. I feel like there's a lot of deep-rooted mental past, I don't want to say traumas, but like just experiences that causes a lot of heartache, a lot of mind ache, I would say. Yeah, I feel like this is just like feels like stabbing in their brain or like in their heart or something. It's just like very painful where I'm looking at this Three of Swords. The idea that this door is like their chest or their head or something, and that these swords are just kind of like piercing into the surface of it, but like pushing against it too, just kind of creating this blocked pressure. I feel like that's making it challenging for them to know what to do with their headspace, with what they think about the situation. And your headspace has some similar stuff. Seven of Cups again, so it's like you as well with your thoughts. You're not exactly sure what to do. I feel like these are like going to be very spontaneous decisions basically with your thoughts. With the Seven of Cups, with theirs, it's kind of like I feel like they do deep down know what actions they want to make, and they'll take them, but their version of that is just kind of waiting and see what you do, and then they'll respond accordingly. Whereas with you, it's kind of like you kind of like meditate and you just make a decision. You approach them or you don't approach them. Like you kind of like have like, you're kind of like the person, you're not in the Hanged Man's energy per se. You're like in the working energy. It's Hanged Man for the relationship in the sense that you're off on your own, I would say, but it's like you're putting in the effort to steering the ship back towards being able to step back closer to them. Like you're trying to figure that out with your headspace and pretty much relying on your intuition. You also have a challenge with your headspace with the Nine of Swords, the Darkest Fears card. So this has to do with also a lot of past issues where it's regarding all of your dark fears from the past, sort of manifesting, sort of coming true with this situation regarding this person. And the other person, almost the same thing happened. They're experiencing their own fears and pains. I feel like this is abandonment issues with the Three of Swords. Your guys' darkest fears might be very similar in some different aspects, but I think your darkest fear has a lot more to do with the way you feel you deserve to be treated, and I think their darkest fear has to do with losing you. They're like holding on to this. They really like don't want to lose you, and they're very afraid of that. And it feels like you're just afraid of like being in a toxic situation, like in a situation that you've dealt with already before. That you're like, I've moved on from these energies in the past. I don't need this right now, and you kind of just like stepped away. And so with the Seven of Cups, this like, it's like foggy but clear. Yeah, it's just kind of like there's a lot of options for you guys to take, and I think you guys are just going to know what choices you want to take. They're going to know what choices regarding their time alone. You're going to know what choices regarding like putting in the effort of like making this foundation work. Because you're still the King of Pentacles, you know? They still see you as that, and I agree with the energies and how it feels. I feel like a King of Pentacles. Okay, so their heart space for you. It's the Wheel of Fortune. They find with their heart space, it's kind of like they're stuck in a loop with you, but ultimately they feel very fortunate to have you, I would say. The Emperor, they feel at peace with you in their heart. They feel like their heart can relax and do what it wants and learn and hopefully eventually step off this wheel and gain knowledge. With the Four of Pentacles, I think they're really holding on to a specific image of you, which is the Emperor. I think they're really holding on to that you are just this Emperor, this amazing, like, peaceful figure. And so Four of Pentacles with their heart space, to me, it says that they're really holding on to that. They're really staying on this wheel of fortune. They really like these good times, but the truth is when you're on a wheel for so long, no matter what the times are, good, bad, whatever, you're in a loop. You need to get out. And once you step out, it's going to feel so much better because you can take what you've gained from that wheel and move on, just like us. So, your heart space about them, you're manifesting. Your heart understands the situation. You basically got cups here, cups there, and then you got manifest. So it's like your heart space pretty much knows how to handle the situation and knows how to manifest a situation with the other person. You're determined with this, with the 7, the move. This is the Chariot. You are determined to make this work. And with the 2 of Wands, you're just stepping forward, not blindly. You're following your own path. They may not be seeing it because they're stuck on this Wheel of Fortune, but you see yourself moving towards them still. Your heart feels quite good about the situation at this point, knowing that you got to keep manifesting like a situation that you deserve, a situation where your heart feels good and where you walk towards the light, you walk towards your destiny. So your heart space is just focused on manifesting what's best for you. And their heart space is very much caught up in holding on to their image of you and making this situation work. So you're more focused on yourself, which still has to do with them, you know, with this spread your wings. Like, I see that person still, like, walking towards you and you walking towards them, but they may be worried. They may not even be seeing this road that they're also on because they're stuck in this wheel. And while you're moving forward, they're, like, still just stuck in this energy of looking at their, like, their peaceful king, so to speak. This image of you as this, like, peacekeeper, this, like, person they can always talk to and go to. And so they're really holding on to that. And so I think what they want you to know is that they're caught in a loop. They feel stuck right now, and it has to do with how fulfilling this relationship is to them. I feel like they feel quite good around you, but this is creating this trapped energy because perhaps they need to find a way to fulfill themselves. They perhaps need to find a way to fill their own cup by themselves, but because they're so fixated on you, or maybe just people in general even, they're stuck in this energy and are having a challenge with finding fulfillment in their own self. That's what I hear from these messages, if I'm being entirely honest. And then I think how you are with this, what you want to let them know, you're just kind of turning away. They're like trying to present you this cup, this fulfillment, and you're just turning the other way. You're like, no, this is like pretty much not what you want. You don't want to handle this situation perhaps right now. It's like it's like not, I'm hearing it's like not worth your time in a sense. It's kind of like if you're upset with them in some extent, you're just kind of like, listen to my silence, figure it out, basically. It's like you're trying to tell them that you're turning away, you're moving on. This doesn't mean you're moving on like and leaving. This just means you are turning away from this energy right now, this big opportunity, which is them, I guess. You're just feeling very, while they feel fulfilled about you, you basically feel unfulfilled about them at this time. You're trying to tell them the messages through your own method of silence. And so you're just trying to tell them, like, hey, use your intuition and listen to these messages. Perhaps, if this is all resonating with you guys. So it's kind of like you're just trying to, like, that whole silent treatment thing. It's like you're just kind of hoping that they're going to figure it out on their own, basically, what the issues are. Which is just like, I don't know. The way this looks to me issue. Well, let's actually dive into that with the current energy, the connective energy between you two. What's electric more? Yeah, there's just a lot that they don't know about you. There's a lot you don't know about them. There's just a mystery of unknowns. The Five of Swords. Yeah, and this darkness creates a situation where everybody sort of loses. Very unfortunate. This is the current energy. King of Pentacles again came out. The current energy. They still see you as this provider, and I think so do you. You still see how you can be quite giving still. Like, I feel like you're still in each other's lives and stuff like that. It's just that when you come together, their heartache, someone gets hurt, and it's because things are not like this anymore, but on your end, but to them, they still see you as the Emperor. They still see you as the King of Pentacles. They're very much trapped in this loop of how they feel about you, and they're holding on to that with the Four of Pentacles. And yeah, I feel like that creates the Five of Swords energy. This heartache, basically, this loss when you two meet up. Queen of Swords, King of Pentacles, and Queen of Swords. Yeah, but it's not. It's weird. There's like a mystery before all this energy, before the loss, but there's communication with the Queen of Swords and the King of Pentacles. There's communication and like material world offer. Like, you see each other and you talk, and it's like trying to explain to them what the issue is not that simple. There's a lot of shrouded mystery behind it in this connective energy, and it's just like, because you want them to understand without having to tell them about like your past, basically. It's just kind of like, to you right now, like, your past is just too much for even you to want to revisit, and so that creates this Moon and Five of Swords. So the connective energy is that they need to let go of this loop. They need to free themselves from that and let go of needing this fulfillment, needing this relationship to work, wanting to hold on to this specific friendship with you, this relationship with you, and perhaps on your end, you just need more time, basically. You just need more time of manifesting and healing and moving on and nurturing the whole situation for a time where you are ready to turn around again and basically face your destiny, face that heavy globe that you don't enjoy facing. Alright, so where this is going, King of Swords with the Ten of Wands on top of it. So, yes, I'm hearing they're going to basically make the decision to cut out that Ten of Wands. They are going to let go of this, having to hold this all together, their image of you. That's what I hear with that. Oh no, maybe these cards are a little bit flimsy. Sorry, cards. And then, so yeah, in terms of the mystery, I'm hearing they are, where the energy goes connective, is that you're both just going to cut that shit out. Instead of putting in all this effort on the past, I'm hearing to just cut those ties and to move on to the next thing. Five of Swords energy that was happening, where experienced loss, using its judgment time in the future, where now how you feel about each other gets communicated. There's no more Five of Swords. There's no more loss. So there's going to be a resolution to this, basically. This energy of mystery about the past and about what happened and whatever this whole situation was. There will be a day or a time in the future, perhaps, if these energies resonate with you, that they can cut out they can make the mental decision to just let go, basically, just like you did. Let go of the situation, stop trying to hold things together, let it go, and move forward with you, with judgment. Yeah. And then, where else is this going? What's electric more than two lovers? Okay, well, two of wands, two of pentacles, seven of pentacles. So partnership, that balance, connectively, you guys do find balance with all of this. But there are some things in the material world, you guys are going to be more or less in the same situation. With the two of wands, I see it that connectively there's still comparisons being made regarding this energy, regarding this whole situation. I think where this is going is that if one or the other of you guys is putting one or the other on a pedestal, that pedestal, I'm hearing, might still exist. But actually, I think that's only a message for maybe some of you. Another one, because, this is the two of wands, is perhaps the connective energy is that now rather, oh, no, this is like they see, it's just like you're a role model. I think you're a really good role model for them. And I think you also see them as very helpful too in different ways. It's like the mentor and the student sort of thing. It's kind of like you're a bit of a mentor and they're a bit of a student, and so that mentor-student relationship is quite strong. I think they will finally get themselves out of this loop and will be down to guide themselves on their path towards you as well, with the two of wands coming up again. When seven of pentacles and two of pentacles, I feel like, yeah, something very stable and solid is going to be built, and then it's going to be like stuck in that peaceful energy for quite some time, which is pretty good. So how they came out, I want to flip two more cards still. The Hanged Man, the Chariot. So, connective energy, they really need to reevaluate the way they see you, and maybe it's kind of like you both are going to be more focused on yourselves in the future for this connective energy, but you're both still driven to make this work, but separately. You're basically both like very much working on yourselves and coming together at the same time. So this makes me want to pull. I'm just gonna match all this. Yeah, it's like instead of like being stuck, now you guys are moving forward. So that's really cool. Wow. And here are the last cards. So the High Priest. Yep. Connectively, you guys both learned a lot from the situation, and where that goes. Four of Pentacles. Now, the Four of Pentacles is holding on to the material world. It's very much more focused on that. It's not as much focused on how they saw you. Now, you guys are both holding on to each other, which sounds like codependence, but I don't think so. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. It's just like a good harmony, because with the Chariot, it's like you guys still exist separately. So it's more like, by holding on to each other, it's more like fortified, this understanding of the connection. Two of Cups, yeah, this partnership. It's just like, instead of them holding on to how they think about you, now you guys are just like holding hands. It's not like, it's like holding hands you can always let go. It's like you've mastered the Four of Pentacles energy together for the connective energy in the future. And then you got the Six of Pentacles, which is like equal give and take. And then you got Two of Cups, which is like harmony, union, partnership, like yin and yang, twin flame. Really beautiful stuff. I love this card. And the Six of Pentacles I love as well. It's just so healing. It's just a lot has been healed for the future energies. So the present energy is a little bit painful, but ultimately you guys are both like moving forward with the material world, still making decisions with your mind, with your thoughts, as the Queen of Swords, for what's best for yourselves. Like, you're trying to do that. You're both trying to provide for yourselves as the King of Pentacles in the current times. And this is all just going somewhere really good, honestly. It's just going somewhere with a whole lot of healing and a whole lot of union coming together. A lot of energies where it's like stuck with the Seven of Pentacles, but it's like one surrounded by so many like blessings and like positive energies and outcomes and whatnot, that it's just worth it. This Seven of Pentacles, this being rooted in where you're at energy is just like, it's worth it. With the Judgment card right on top, yeah. So, hope this makes sense. I am hearing to flip a card. Honesty, yeah. So, Judgment Day is going to come, and just like how you guys honestly feel about the whole situation, this Moon, this Five of Swords, it is going to be brought up. I feel like with them, they're going to have to bring up this situation of how they feel, what they're trapped with. I feel like you are also going to have to, other than just having them pick up on the messages, I feel as though you'll have to face the situation head on and explain some things to the other person that you, at this present time, as moving on and nurturing, you're just like, no, I don't have to tell them anything, sort of thing. But in the future, it seems like you will have to eventually explain yourself a bit more. And they're going to have to really free themselves from you, like their image of you, and just like certain things about their heartache and their mental ache in general from the past. So it's not just about you, but also is. So yeah, this is all going somewhere really good. I'm going to flip more cards again. Belonging and justice. Yeah, you guys are going to really come to an understanding. I feel like you both feel very comfortable around each other, and that through all of this has not changed. I feel like the way you guys feel about each other is a lot of honesty, is a sense of belonging, and just trying to do what's fair with this situation. I feel as both of you are doing all of that. So yeah, alright. So that was just like random messages, but hope those resonated. Gonna be starting up reading number 2 in a second. And if you want to listen to messages for reading 2 or 3, stay tuned. You know, this might be about like a friend. The next one might be like, ooh, lover, or like a love interest. And reading 3 might be like family. Who knows? Alright. Excuse me. Sending love and light. Peace out.